History is being made here at the core of Military Police Centre and School in Bengaluru. Joining us, the Deputy Commandant and Chief Instructor of the course, we have Colonel R.S. Dalal joining us here. Now, women recruits in the military police for the very first time. When did that idea come about and how long did it take to implement?
We came to know about the directions way back on 2nd of June 2017. So it's been more than 2.5 years now.
Okay.
And the first batch came to us in December last year, that is 2019.
Okay.
And the training commenced on 6th of January because initially you have 2 weeks of settling down, wherein you got to issue the clothing and other thing. The administrative requirements were already done up during this period of year and a half. And the policies and the guidelines were already issued. We have gone way ahead now because the women MP is already into their 9th week of training. And what would be their role, what would be their task, where they're going to get posted, all those things have already been worked out.
Already worked out, absolutely. Was there a lot of adjustment required in terms of the facilities here with women coming in for the first time? Did you have to make lots of changes?
No, the infrastructure was already in place. We had to add on certain because the issue is you got to have the administrative aspects with a dedicated, I'll say, lines for the women MP. And that was the only requirement. Otherwise, we already had the infrastructure in place. You got the range, you got the training area, you got the weapon training area, you got the driving track, you got all other computer labs is in place. And the women MP is not over and above the male posted strength. They are going to be in place of a male counterpart.
So the numbers stay the same?
Yeah, they are going to be 20% of the posted strength over a period of next 17 years. So by 2037, the strength is going to increase to 1700.
To 1700.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, you spoke about the infrastructure, the requirements here. What about the mindset? Was it difficult to get people to accept that women trainees would be coming in for the military police?
I don't think that was the case because the Indian Army had the officers. The first officer passed out way back in 1993. And the JCOs, NCOs were already tuned. And when they came to know about the women MP coming for training here in the CMP Center in school, the trainers or the trainee, the aspect of training them was conceived, and we visited the Officer Training Academy at Chennai, the Assam Center, wherein the women are already there, and OTA Gwalior, where we already have the NCC. I'll say the officers who are there, the women officers who are already there. So the visits were carried out. The NCOs who are supposed to impart training have already been to these places. So the handling, how it has to be done, how it has to be executed, was part of their training. So we already carried out demos, and the 4 lady officers who are there with us today were incorporated to give those demonstrations to the males.
To the male trainers.
To the male trainers. And accordingly they were sensitized. The do's and don'ts were already instituted and conveyed to them. So everybody was ready to receive them, impart the training, and you would have seen at the drill square, at the PT ground, and at the weapon training area, and they would have given the confidence to you, and the instructor would be equally confident, and so is the student.
Is the training itself different in any way for the male and female recruits, or is it absolutely the same?
Other than the physical aspects where the variation is only in the timings.
In the timings, that's all. Okay.
Rest of the aspects are same.
They do the same things, they do the same drill, they do the same physical
Same, there's no difference. And all these have been scientifically tested, have been put to test over the period of so many years, because I go back to OTA Chennai, when they would have instituted this way back in 90s, and they were tested over the last so many years. So we were lucky enough to get those guidelines from there and continue with that, and we are improving on that.
Wonderful. So finally, how many women recruits are there out of the total number of how many?
Total as on data 101.
Yes.
And slowly every year we are going to have 100.
Yes.
women recruits coming to us for training.
And the total number of trainees here, including men?
Including men, as on date is 454.
Okay. So the
But
numbers
we
will
are rather we have a strength. We can train up to a figure of 500.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
My
very much.
pleasure.
So the very first women recruits for military police being trained here at the centre in Bengaluru, making history indeed. With JM Kumar, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.